child.
Wow, what a thing to open up on.
Shut your mouth, filthy child.
That's what you are.
Nice stream.
Let's continue it on.
Oh, shoot. Hold on. That's bad. Okay, now we're good. Sorry about that. I did not want people infinitely hearing that forever, because YouTube doesn't silence itself, which would be nice.
Frick.
Haha.
Okay.
Maybe YouTube. Shut up.
Alright, I guess we're all settled in and ready to begin this podcast. So, with that, I welcome you all back to the Witching Hour Filler Podcast, the podcast that tries to fill up as much of your time in between the hours of 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. Right now, I'm your host, Riseofevillink, and today I am joined by our lovely co-host, Sponge Boy.
I'm eating nudgies while they're cold.
Corrupt Starshade.
Hello.
And
Castlevania child.
And BillyStien. Or Steen. I forget which one he prefers.
In this case, I don't really care.
Yeah, I remember you got really heated about that once, and I'm like...
3.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I just killed a wizard with a gun and got back ammo.
Maybe you should go in the fridge if you're getting heated. Joke's original.
Can't take the heat. Maybe you should, get out of the volcano.
Can't take the heat? Why don't you just perish?
Can't take the heat, just buy it.
Can't take
Just
the
buy
heat.
it. Okay. Well, with that lovely intro out of the way, let's get started with the first question of the evening. That's not the question of the evening. We'll start off the night with, what mythical creature would improve the world most if it existed?
Can it be
Pokemon.
from Gam?
No.
No, it wouldn't.
Can
It would
be,
not.
Can it be from a Gam?
Yes, it could be a mythical creature. It doesn't matter what it is.
You just have to...
If you weren't Ho-Ho in the world, like, I would say yes. Ho-Ho.
How would
Rayquaza.
Rayquaza help?
It's Ho-Oh.
Well, how would Rayquaza help? You might as well have freaking Darkrai.
He's a
You might as well just
protector. Rayquaza is
Rayquaza.
the protector of the planets.
But he also attack.
Yeah, against the bad.
Therefore, he bad. But who's to
But-
judge what is bad?
Technically, isn't
Him.
all of the Pokemon in that generation supposed to be, like, Pokemon representing natural disasters of different proportions?
We all protect. I
Kinda.
think.
Nah, it's
maybe.
only the 2 box legendaries that came with Ruby and Sapphire.
No, the dogs represent death by...
Rayquaza came in Ruby and Sapphire. You dumb.
This-
Yeah.
This
No, I know,
child
it's the only
made me
box
butt fart.
I was
Give
saying
Rayquaza
Ruby and
go.
Sapphire because Rayquaza is also a box legendary, but he's for Emerald. It's only the
But
ones
you
for
can-
it's only the ones for
You can
Sapphire.
obtain him in
the
Ruby
Emerald's
and
fucking weird.
Emerald. Or Ruby and
Yeah.
Sapphire. Yes, you can.
You can?
He's
Oh.
in a tower. Yes, he can. He's in a tower, just chilling.
Yeah.
Like you can get Giratina and Diamond and Pearl.
Mhm.
Just
Well,
chilling.
Look. I was saying specifically Ruby and Sapphire because Rayquaza doesn't represent a natural disaster that
I'm
What?
pretty sure he represents a natural disaster of space. And, like, of cosmic
Natural
proportions.
disaster of the ozone
Ah,
layer.
yes. Space is a natural disaster.
The
Well,
ozone layer.
Space is deadly.
That's
Are
what
you
it is.
kidding me?
You
Space is like the #1 deadliest thing in the entire flippin' universe.
Space is
have-
the number
Oh,
one
man.
deadly movie in America. You remember those commercials?
Space, the single biggest thing in the universe.
Like it'd be like the movie commercials where it'd be like, this movie is now the #1 movie in America. I
No,
never understood
Every
why.
movie.
The
Yeah.
only old commercial I remember is the Gerber Life commercial, and that's
Yeah,
because
here's the thing. You're a child. You didn't grow up with cable television.
You're a child.
Shut up.
For a child. You didn't grow up.
I mean,
Children,
I'm a filthy. I am
you
too.
didn't grow
You
up
didn't
yet.
grow up.
technically, I didn't
Nostalgia,
grow
no.
up with cable TV either, so that there's that. But
Yeah,
did.
you guys
I-
are just bullying me to bully me, guys.
I've been watching Adult Swim since I was
Frick.
4.
Watching
yeah.
Adult Swim since I was 2.
But that's just because my main channel was Cartoon Network, and since I had a TV in my room, it was a big old box one, and I always used to sleep with it on. One night I woke up and I said, "My name is." It's like, oh, cool. I like this show. Not
Yeah.
sure why. I don't understand 98% of its humor yet, but I like it.
This
It
show's
moves
funny.
and it's
Yeah.
colorful. I like.
Yeah.
Pretty
One
much.
time Adult
I-
Swim came on, and it was Dragon Ball, and it was like one of those episodes where people are dying, so they're throwing cuss words left and right out of anger, and I was like,
Oh,
This is
fear.
interesting.
Mommy and Daddy say this. I like this.
I think my first experience with Adult Swim was like partway through elementary school when a childhood friend was like, "You should really watch this show called Naruto on Adult Swim. It's really cool." I mean, there's a lot of fake Chinese on it, but you don't have to worry about it. It's just fake Chinese, not real Chinese. And I, to this day, have not let him live that down for the rest of his life. I still make
Oh
fun of
my
him for that
God.
for today. Like,
Believe it.
my first ever experience was with Adult Swim.
Chinese.
Fake Chinese. My first experience ever with Adult Swim was with South Park, and then the South Park movie. Is,
That aired on Adult Swim?
I don't think that did air on Adult Swim. I don't think that was
I think
ever
that-
on Adult Swim.
South
No,
Park?
no. You're thinking of Comedy Central, dude, because like that never aired on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe
if we're talking Comedy Central, then Birth.
Okay, well I'm still gonna kind of bring this up because
It's adult TV.
Yeah.
it was, I guess, just like the first experience I had with like what's considered adult TV was South Park, and the South Park movie made me realize my own mortality and that I'm gonna die one day.
Awesome.
What an interesting way to learn about mortality. How did you learn about mortality? Say, Garrett. Yes, Philip.
I mean, that makes me think of Parks and Rec. I forget what episode it is.
No,
But
s-
one of the people there, like they were, I forget the entire skit to it, but essentially like one of the guys was like, well, they're like old iTunes, or no, like they're old iTunes, like they're dead. We're like new iTunes. We're gonna be here forever. Oh my god, I'm gonna die one day. I totally messed with the delivery, but like that's more or less what the line was, and I was like, yeah.
That's fair. Also, I'm playing Mario Kart right now because
Hmm.
I have Switch now. It's nice. I have a
Yeah.
light because I'm not.
Extra
I wanted
money
to.
bags. Got to switch.
I wanted to switch now, and I didn't want to pay an extra like 200 for the normal model, seeing as they're even more expensive right now.
they're three.
Wait, what model did you get?
I got the light.
Oh, so like that one doesn't have the controller stuff pop off, right?
No, but you can still connect other controllers to it.
In my
Okay.
opinion.
Also, you
way
can't dock it.
You can't dock
I mean,
it.
you probably could. There's probably like a fan mod someone made, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, you are right. That's what I was saying is like the actual Switch units themselves are kind of pricey.
Yeah.
They're worth it though. They're fun.
Oh, you know, I'm having fun with it so far. I have Animal Crossing, but I'm waiting until my till my sister comes.
I want to play Mario Kart with you super bad.
Well, then just buy the online. It's like the cheapest online you can get, dude.
I refuse to
Like,
support online content for consoles because there's no reason for it to exist. You're supporting a program that does not need to exist.
That's fair.
I am broke though, and I can't really ask for money.
Well,
I just got it because the Switch I got came with the code.
I mean, that's fair too. I mean, granted, like, I'm a little bit of a hypocrite here. I currently, for some reason, have had PlayStation Plus for 3 years, even though I only purchased it for 1 year.
Well, they give you free games and shit every month. Pardon my language.
I don't really like the
But I
free
mean-
games, though, most of the time. Like, 90% of the free games are usually crap I don't care about.
Shooty bang. Bam Bam 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, it's like
I
always
like
like something like
non-electric Boogaloo.
Uncharted or Lara Croft, and it's like I do not play this game, and I do
Lara
not
Croft.
care to own it.
I really want to get a PS4 again just for Spider-Man.
I actually
Spider-Man.
do want to play Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
The brief time I was living with my sister for a bit, they had a PS4 and I 100%ed it within like 4 days, which I almost never do for games in general, let alone new gen releases.
I mean, I've been wanting to play that one for a long time now because
Yeah,
like we were talking about this last night. Actually, me, William, and Brandon, we were talking about Breath of the Wild and how it just does not give you like good movement tech, like besides abusing glitches and creative use of
no,
game mechanics.
It's not even glitches. Yeah, it's game mechanics.
no, like truly intentional movement.
Yeah,
stuff.
and the Spider-Man 2, like if you want to talk about movement tech, that one has amazing movement tech. I love movement tech in the Spider-Man 2 game.
That game's really advanced for its
Yeah,
time, to be
and
honest.
so when they made
PS2?
PlayStation 4 Spider-Man, like using that same system, I was like, I want to play that so bad.
The web play is a little bit different, but it's still absolutely fantastic to do.
Yeah,
I
Spider-Man game for the PS2.
never played it.
It's
Played
also
it a
on the
little bit.
GameCube, isn't it?
I don't think it was
Doesn't
on the
the GameCube one suck though?
What?
Doesn't the GameCube one like suck?
I've never heard anyone say that, so no. if it even was on.
I don't think it was.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Wait, no?
Oh
yeah, no, it was.
yeah, no, I want to.
How
It
the fuck
was
did
really fun.
how the fuck did
I
I
would
play
love
this? Because I never had to play. Oh wait, more.
PS2.
Xbox. That's what I played it on.
Yeah, it was a. Oh yeah, it was a multi-platform because that was before Sony had like exclusive rights to Spider-Man.
It was on the Nintendo DS.
Actually, did you know that there was a point where Sony had the chance to buy every single Marvel character's movie rights, but declined it because they were like, "Oh no, those characters will never be popular."
Yeah,
Well,
I
It's
do
all about
remember that.
Spider-Man.
I mean,
I
now they're
don't
in a
blame 'em for
situation where like they can't. Or Marvel wants their movie rights to Spider-Man back, and they're like, "Well, we can't give it to you, but." There's also like the possibility that we're being bought by Apple, supposedly. So if we get bought, then technically the rights go back to you. But I don't know. We might be willing to part with it for like a ridiculous amount of money.
wouldn't that get absolved into Apple though?
No, it wouldn't because the rights is owned specifically by, um, temporarily, technically owned by Sony. So if Sony gets bought or gets dissolved or like becomes a part of a different company, that right goes back to Marvel, which goes to Disney.
What if they like got bought by a different company, but they still like mainly kept the name like some other studios do? Would that probably?
No, I forget what the actual details of it, but if they get bought, then they lose the rights to that contract.
If they're not like a purely independent company in a way, then they lose it basically.
Yeah,
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense actually. Yeah, no, I remember loving and adoring every second of that game. But like Spider-Man PS4 is just absolutely phenomenal. If you're at all a fan of Spider-Man, you need to play it. And I hate to do that cliche where it's just like, oh, well, you have to play it because, dude, but no, like, it's amazing.
God darn it, I'm not a fan of Spider-Man. I guess I shouldn't play it.
I don't like Spider-Man. Therefore, the game's bad.
Do you like movement tech? Do you like punching several people several times in a row in combos?
Do you like Arkham games, but they're a bit less snappy and they're actually a bit better in terms of its combat?
I'm actually not a big fan of Arkham games.
Well, honestly, the combat for Spider-Man's is a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying I'm not a big fan of the Arkham system because it's pretty much just a cut and paste of the um the other system. God, I'm trying to Assassin's Creed system. It's pretty similar to
Yeah,
that. So, granted, I
that's
forget
fair.
which one came first, the chicken or the egg. And honestly, like
Oh, I want to say it was Arkham.
it might have been Arkham, but even then, like Assassin's Creed One had like the best example of that system. That everything else just kind of feels like garbage in comparison, to be honest.
I personally liked twos more, but that's just me. But yeah, no, I the Arkham system just seems a bit too. You press the button and you're like immediately on the guy. There's no like real like movement you have to really worry about because you warp basically.
But in
Which
Spider-Man,
in
it makes
Spider-Man,
it go sweet.
yeah, well that too, but there is still like some bit of movement mechanics to work with. Also, how like Batman has like all the different gadgets and stuff, and like how everything else has all the gadgets and stuff, like how like Assassin's Creed does. Spider-Man lets you do like multiple different types of webs attacks that you can then upgrade so that you can do it more often, so it could do more damage and stuff like that. And something I really liked about it was that like when you unlock cosmetic suits, you unlock like a new power for it as well, but you can mix and match the power so you're not like just because you like this main special ability that it has doesn't mean you have to use that suit that it's bound to. You could put it onto any other suit.
You like this power, but it looks stupid, so you get a different one that you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Like
remember there was some like really cool costumes for it too.
Yeah, like pretty much most, if not all of the main Spider-Man stuff was in it. I always use the noir suit,
Well, you're
and I
a
always
very
use the
noir
power that's like one of the
person.
first you get.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. I will not even remotely lie on that.
Yeah.
I'd either use the noir suit because I'm a noir person, or the Sam Raimi suit because I'm a Sam Raimi person.
Yeah, there was one that was like very cell shaded that I liked.
That one's really cool.
Yeah.
It's like one of the last ones you unlock though, which kind of was upsetting.
I mean, it be what it be.
Yeah, well, at least it's the last one I unlocked. It might be different.
Hmm.
I can't fully
I don't know.
remember.
I
but-
haven't played the game. I've just seen
I
stuff on it.
For sure.
There's
Yeah, no.
for the 2099 Spider-Man.
There is.
It's just a bunch of or which the
Where it looks like-
Spider-Man.
Where it kind of looks like Spawn.
Well, yeah, kind of, but specifically the Spider-Man that's actually just a bunch of spiders that think they're Spider-Man.
I don't.
So instead of shooting webs, he shoots a bunch of spiders.
No.
That's just his arms collapsing. I want that one.
No,
That'd be my favorite cosmetic.
I don't want.
I mean, I'm
That's
gonna
one-
latch on to the Spider-Man 2099 in a bit because I got
Yeah.
some shit to say about that. But oh man, I was gonna say something else and I completely forgot what I was gonna say.
I did that. It's all my fault.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man is something else. Did you know in the Spider-Man Amazing comic book line, he literally like Spider-Man dies and then Doc Ock like switches his mind with Spider-Man's mind and
Yeah?
becomes Spider. Yeah, it's interesting. I didn't say
It's
that
weird.
all correctly because it's like they switched minds and then Spider-Man died,
Yeah.
and then Doc Ock
Yeah.
was like, "Well, fuck it, now I'm Spider-Man, so I guess I should be Spider-Man."
I'm Spider-Man now.
I'm the Spider of Mans.
I gotta stop myself.
Yeah.
Called Spider-Man.
well, like you just see him like standing on a roof. And it's like, well, Spider-Man. Doc Ock is like talking to himself.
He's switching spots.
Yeah, he's like turning his head different ways and everything.
Yeah.
Like
By the
full
way-
on schizophrenic now.
You're Spiders, man.
You needed.
Stop.
Anyways, I like it a lot more than the Ultimate Universe where he just up and dies randomly, and then we have Miles Morales. Not that I hate Miles Morales. I love Miles Morales. He's awesome.
He is.
I also like Peter Parker.
never.
Of course.
It's like how I've again a little bit out of date on this stuff, so sorry if I'm like not fully accurate. But the
You have
current
time
Iron Man
that
comic series, I believe Iron Man is also like died or passed away or just incognito. And
Want to
then
say
like
so.
yeah, and then like some girl picks up the mantle as Iron Man, and it's kind of bad because it's literally like 90 to 100% pandering to the black demographic. Not the well, pandering's a bad thing, but the not that there's anything bad with that.
It's a very clear marketing ploy.
Yeah. I'm
Like
trying to
it's
say this in like the least offensive way possible, but it's like
no, I know what you mean. It's like
yeah.
they add it for the sake of it and nothing else.
Yeah, whereas Miles
Like-
Morales was like a very respectful introduction, and he was very much Peter Parker, but he was also very much like himself once he actually had a good writer behind him.
Yeah.
It's like queer baiting, but with race.
Exactly.
Race baiting.
Exactly.
Race baiting. Come on, you want to get the Daytona, don't you? Go fetch.
Go fetch.
What?
That's
The
a NASCAR joke.
NASCAR? You want the NASCAR? Go get it.
Go get it. Aha, you've been race baited.
What was I gonna say
Oh,
about
there is no
Spider-Man 2099? Or
I don't. You just said you had a lot to say about it, so I don't know.
No, I mean flip. Shrats.
I
I don't.
thinking of the wrong Spider-Man.
No, I know exactly what I want to say about Spider-Man 2099 because it is awful, awful garbage. I mean, the entire 2099 stuff is just varying levels of awful, but
Crazy.
Spider-Man specifically is just ugh. I don't
Yeah.
even like. I was about to say other stuff about it, like, but my mind completely went blank, and I'm like, what was Spider-Man 2099? Like, I know it had Miguel something, and I forget how he gets spider powers, but like he was tampering with like Spider-Man's spider powers, and somehow that got transferred to him.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, Spider powers.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry. Playing
No.
Mario.
and it's oh god, there's just it's
Or I'll pull up his lore.
Oh, that's a clean drift.
I mean, you don't have to, but he's not he's not a good Spider-Man for me.
I'm just looking up like it's
Oh, we lost.
small synopsis.
I mean, and granted, like
Mhm.
I'm not saying like every single Spider-Man has to land and be amazing because it's not the case. Like a lot of those runs are just runs, different authors, different people, and not all the times are those always gonna land. But I don't know.
Oh yeah.
2099 just seemed really egregious to me.
It's 50% spider DNA. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
Which is like it just completely breaks that character for me. I mean, not Spider-Man, but Spider-Man's that specific Spider-Man. Which is
Spider-Man's
weird.
that.
Yeah, which is weird
He
because
switched places in one.
which is weird for me because another person in the Marvel universe, Gwenpool, is a character I love to death, and then every single like after her original run, pretty much most of her appearances afterwards were garbage, but I still like her, if that makes sense.
It does.
Like, because the entire point of Gwenpool is she was not supposed to be, like, female Deadpool. Like, that was 100% not what she was about.
Yeah.
But then, like, every other writer after that pretty much was like, oh, this is just female Deadpool.
Yeah.
They ruined her.
Of course.
Well, she didn't get ruined. There was a comic, I forget which one, that kind of just soft booted her a bit. They pretty much took her origin story and it was like, well, was she a person from the universe that is the universe, or did she just have her mutant superpowers awaken randomly, and like because they were so powerful, she convinced herself that she was from another universe. Because like her powers are just so meta. But I don't know. It's I don't
Okay,
even
found it.
know.
I don't even
So
know.
she claims to be from the real world,
Yes.
and upon gaining the ability to manipulate the borders of the fourth wall from an attempt to return it to reality, allowing her to travel in time, she retcons the Marvel Universe into believing her to be a mutant after being given the idea by Kamala Khan, allowing her to enter the gates of Krakoa. I don't know what those words mean, but there you go.
That's the
That's-
mutant planet. But essentially, like, yes, that's what happened. But they leave it very ambiguous for like other writers to pick up later and be like, actually, she can just be something else. Um,
Actually, she's
like if a
cool.
showrunner wanted to have her be a mutant, they can 100% have her run as a mutant. And like I forget what it is, but there's a line from a specific character that she was hanging out with that was like pretty much convinced her that that was it, and so like that made it what it was. I don't know. Read Gwenpool. Let me see if I can pull up the specific comic run. Somebody fill the dead. Well, no, I'm gonna find this.
Fill the air. It's very cold. Bip, 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 bip. Oh god. Sorry. Still playing Mario Kart, by the way. I'm
Yeah.
gonna lose, aren't I? Yeah. This is the end for me. Oh, yep. There it is. That's the end. Wait, am I back? Oh, yeah. I forgot you come back in this one. But he came back. Actually, he's gone. Oh. Do 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 do. Somebody else want to say something? Do da do da. Well, if you want to say something, do da day.
I want to talk about the Castlevania game for the Wii.
For the Wii.
Yeah, give
Yeah.
me 1 second. I actually do want to find this. I mean, I doubt that anybody cares as much as I do, but
Not scientifically possible.
um, shoot, why can't I find it when I want to find it?
I don't know.
Let me look up Gwynpool solo comics. Unbelievable Gwynpool is her introduction.
Gwenpool guitar solo comics.
Oh, it's Gwynpool Strikes Back. That's the comic one I'm talking about. I honestly, it's not like the best there is, but like it is very weird and confusing on how they edited it and left it very ambiguous. Again, like I actually like Gwynpool Strikes Back because it was at least like a try to return to form, but it was still like yeah. Granted, like you're never gonna get unbelievable Gwenpool again. Like it's just not gonna happen at this point because she's been too tainted by Deadpool herself. But like at least this was a try.
Yeah, an attempt was made.
An attempt was made.
Sometimes it's all you can do.
By the way, is the stream still good? I'm getting an error on one of the things here saying that it's bad.
William, could you check?
Checking right now.
Do.
Okay, fine. Like huff aggressively, I guess.
Anyways,
Not,
Still
Phil-
there.
okay, it's
Okay.
still there. That's
Yeah.
good.
It's still
it
going.
exists.
Yeah, I'll just post this in the personal chat real quick. But go ahead, talk about Castlevania.
Castlevania.
We'll fill up.
Okay.
It's officially at the 30-minute mark. The next 30 minutes is just gonna be the obligatory.
Castlevania.
Hold on, actually, before that, somebody's not on streamer mode. I just heard a ping when I posted something.
It's William. Castlevania.
Anyways,
Castlevania.
30-minute
Castlevania
block is
time.
now dedicated to Katie and Castlevania. Please enjoy.
This is K.T.Vania.
All right.
This is
So-
K-Tvania.
They made a Castlevania game for the Wii, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. You know, considering Nintendo has been supporting Castlevania for a while, I guess they can put it on their newest, biggest platform. So what kind of game should we make it? You know, a fighting game, a 3D fighting game." with the Wii controller.
What?
I don't know why they did
What?
that.
Oh no. That's
Single player,
no.
multiplayer, fun times.
Having a good
So
time, except we're
the
not.
timeline for this is the Castlevania timeline goes over 1,000 years, besides Judgment, the game. So the plot of this game is Galamoth, who's an important character. He's really strong and he's really annoying, and his boss fight's dumb. He sends
He's really
the Time
strong. He's
Reaper.
really annoying.
Nobody likes him. He sends the Time Reaper from 10,000 years in the future to destroy Dracula and change history. Some random time dude discovers this and he's like, hey, so this guy's gonna try to kill Dracula. You guys want to stop him? So he recruits Simon Belmont, who has been renamed to Shimon Belmondo. Would you like to see what he looks like? I have his picture right here.
Yeah, sure. Please do.
There he is. That's Shimon Belmondo.
Hold on a second. Let me share this with the fine folks who are watching the podcast either on YouTube or during Switch.
Shimon.
Twitch.
I feel like he's the most heinous because, it was the original guy.
Shimon Belmondo.
Why would you do that to the poor man? Look at him.
What kind of name is that?
I don't know what they were doing. It's just, there's Shimon Belmondo.
It looks like something from Kingdom Hearts.
And then there's Trevor Belmont, who is renamed to Ralph Belmondo.
Is that Belmondo now?
Yeah, the Belmonts are Belmondo, and Belnades are Velnades. You have Grant Dynasty. His name is His last name is Dynasty. I swear. You have Sifa Velnades. You have Maria. She's still here. She's doing good.
Belmondo of blood.
For some reason, Maria has decided to trap an owl in a staff, and that's her weapon. I'm serious. Why did she do this?
Why not?
Look at her go.
Sometimes you just want an owl in a staff.
You have Eric, who I don't care about. I've never played his game. Shanoa
I don't care.
Was in one game. You have Alucard, who they remade to look stupid, and nobody likes him. He looks terrible. I hate his design in this game.
Please send that image.
Oh, his design.
Yeah, I wish to see Alucard.
It's so different.
Shimon Belmondo.
Yeah, there's Shimon Belmondo. There's Camilla, who is like,
That's Sephiroth.
Yeah, it's just Sephiroth. You have Camilla, who is like female vampire that wanted to resurrect him or whatever. You just have Golem, a golem. Just a regular golem. Cornell, I don't know who that is. You have Death.
Cornell notes.
He looks pretty cool.
You have a really weird note-taking style. The best character.
Yeah.
Very professional. Oh my gosh. Just ignore me. I just deleted the background.
It's okay. I'm gonna keep talking. So then you have Dracula and Death, who have pretty cool designs, and then you have Aeon, who I don't really care about because he's got a time sword. That's pretty cool.
Is it though?
It's pretty cool. It's got a big old clock on it.
A big old clock.
Got a big old clock on it. So it's a 3D fighting game, complete with the sub-weapons, the hearts, and all the characters. Players move the Wiimote to perform combos. They hold down the B or C button it's playing Wii tennis for 3 hours. To make sure that you can't win by simply chopping the Wiimotes and nunchuck, players are able to dodge with the nunchuck as well as block with the Z button.
Well, that works out well, right?
Z targeting.
So they have
Z targeting.
They have story mode, and then they have true story mode. I don't know what that is. I haven't really delved into the several modes because there's 7 arcade mode, survival mode, versus mode, Wi-Fi, castle mode,
the best mode,
accessories,
Wi-Fi mode.
It's
Wi-Fi piece.
And then there's beautiful stages such as Abbey Ruins, Clock Tower, Ghost Ship, Torture Chamber.
Oh ship? What?
Ghost Ship.
Ghost Ship, Dimensional Rift, Cathedral. All the places you would need in a castle.
A spooky ghost.
And
There's
I'll go with-
more? That's a
Yeah, man,
deal. That's a
Let's go into the story
steal.
mode. So the story mode, you'll be playing the character in this. You just have to get through the story. First, you can
How do
only
I
play
do?
as Shimon Belmondo and Sephiroth the Card.
Off the card.
Yes. And
I love how
You have-
serious they're being with this. It's like, yes, I'm not kidding.
true story mode is an alternate mode. You have to beat the normal story mode with every character. Wow.
What?
Yes, and then you get true story mode.
How does that make any sense?
And then then it features the final boss battle against that Time Reaper I mentioned earlier. Completing this mode will unlock the character's respective artwork and theme song in the gallery. Beating this mode in brutal mode will
You
unlock
could
their
play as the
character's
theme
mask
song?
of the Time Reaper. You can play as the Time Reaper, I think.
Oh.
He's actually pretty cool. But I don't like how he appears. So
How-
I'm gonna ignore him forever. Look at his picture and say, wow, that's pretty cool.
He is pretty cool. I want to give him a hug.
Nobody likes Galamoth because he sucks.
Everyone likes Gala Butterfly. I'm sorry, I had to make that joke.
He has a 10,000-year plan. Who has
Wow,
time
he's like
for this?
Stalin, but like longer.
More.
Why does he have a 10,000-year plan? Why would he make it 10,000 years specifically? He could have just made it when Dracula was like, I don't know, getting reincarnated as a teenage boy or something. Maybe he wouldn't have needed to have a Time Reaper or whatever.
He's just he was a Dracula boy. He said blah 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 boy.
I mean,
Blah, blah, blah.
you know what? At least he's 2,000 times better than Stalin, so.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean,
What?
he kind of has a longer year plan than Stalin at the very least.
He's got a longer plan.
I mean, he
Therefore,
almost
he's
gets it going.
Mhm.
He almost does it.
He almost wins. That's not a win though. That's a failure.
That's an almost win.
No, that's
That's why
just
it's
that's just a
so
flat
that,
failure.
you
Almost
know,
winning is not
that-
winning.
Some random time sword wielding guy decided, hey, I'm gonna get Dracula and Simon Belmont to work together, and he actually does it. And it's like, what?
Oh, all right, whatever.
How did you even do that? It's
That
like,
makes no sense.
As
would you
I
even get them
wanted
to work?
to.
All of this makes no sense.
Look at the criticism and reception.
Why is this
section.
guy named Acorn?
Yeah, Aeon. Yeah, I don't like him either. Except for the weapons.
Oh, that's an E? I thought that was a C.
Alright.
Why is Akon here?
The largest form of criticism is that it's a fighting game, and the nebulous Castlevania feel is not there.
What were they thinking?
What were they thinking?
Aha,
playing a long
fighting the
adventure.
Cobra.
Playing a long adventure game on Wii using the motion controls could be very tiring.
It
Precise
could.
movements while wagging the Wiimote might require a superhuman degree of coordination. Yeah, nobody's gonna do that.
It's gotta be Waggle.
No,
God.
no, you just gotta be Waglor.
Waglor.
Yeah. Alright, so 1UP.com gave it a D-. IGN gave it a 7.5. Nintendo
course
World
they did.
Report gave it a 7 out of 10.
course.
Nintendo Power gave it a 7 out of 10. XPlay gave it a 1 out of 5. Game Rankings gave it a 51%. Metacritic gave it 49%. Game Informer gave it a 5 out of 10. GameSpy gave it a 1.5 out of 5. GamePro gave it a 1.5 out of 5. G4 gave it a 1 out of 5. And Official Nintendo Magazine gave it a 68%. Idiots, they could have gave it 69. Come on.
But you fool.
You were so close. You were so close. You were so far away. It's just so strange to be like, yeah, it's a fighting game where you all work together because you gotta kill this guy. Aeon was literally like, hey, I'm gonna get everyone together to kill the Time Reaper. And
Come
he's like,
on.
alright, fight me. And if you're ready, if you beat me, you can go kill the Time Reaper. How does that sound? And they're just like, I
See
can
ya.
do that. See ya.
You can kill the Time Reaper. You can kill the Time Reaper.
You can kill him if you want to. You could also leave your friends behind, though.
It's rated T for teen in America, but it's 12 plus in the UK.
12 plus what? I don't get it. What's the equation? I failed algebra.
So I'm looking at the names. They have the names, and then they have the new names for a portion of them, and then they have little like titles underneath. Like you have Shimon Belmondo with the wielder of the Holy Whip, which makes sense. You have Grant Dynasty, who is the most agile man in Valachia. It's like a very bold assumption to make.
It's like, oh yeah, this guy's agile. He's athletic.
Then there's Carmilla, who's a female vampire who loves to bathe in blood. Why is that? Okay, I don't TMI a little bit, but sure. Why not?
Sure, I can believe it.
And everyone else has like a sentence almost. Like Death is a god who swears his allegiance to Dracula. Very bold assumption to be making about Death here.
A god who swears? I want a god who swears. My god's cool. He says bad words.
Then there's Dracula, who's just the Lord of Darkness. There he is. Look at him go. Then Aeon's just a guardian of time. He's doing a very terrible job. He's the guardian of time, and he's letting this Time Reaper just do whatever he wants.
The way I said that, it made me think of like, it's like, my god, it's cool. He says bad words. It made me think of like a stereotypical like 1950s greaser with like the slicked back hair and the leather jacket with the sunglasses, like snapping to the beat of a song.
My god's cool. He says bad words.
Is it Sonic? My god's cool. Yours isn't. He can't say the bad words. His mom will get mad. What? Sonic, I think you're drunk again. Yeah, I'm way past drunk.
Does he think he's a therapist again?
Yeah, how's it make you feel, loser?
Yeah, the story mode's not even like an actual story mode. You have fight 9 battles, and then Aeon takes their soul key, and then just moves on to the next guy. Like, he just goes up to Dracula, and he's like, give me your soul key, and he's like, what? And he just yoinks it out of him and sends him back to wherever he put him.
The hell is a soul key?
I don't know, it's whatever he needs to get rid of the
Is this a simple plot song?
Well, no, it's just a magic MacGuffin. That's all you need to know. It's a magic MacGuffin.
I love MacGuffins. I love my egg MacGuffin.
Your egg MacGuffin.
Then everyone has a little quote in their prologue where it's like, yeah, look at this cool guy.
He's cool. Because the box says it.
He's too cool.
The box art told me he's cool, therefore he is.
I say, so down.
You go to the true story mode.
That's not the best. It's the worst.
You go where you play as Aeon, and you go,
Aeon. Aeon, how you doing, man? I'm doing
pretty lame.
I went from like the more neutral approach, and you were just like lame. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Lame.
At least it just mentions like all the actual games you should be playing. Like
instead of that one.
Yeah, it like mentions them in all their prologues, like for Shimon Belmondo, it's like Simon would get a curse, and then he would have to get his pieces because he has a terrible night to have a curse.
Why did he change his name though? Is he in the freaking witness protection program?
I don't know. Why'd they change his name to Sheeman? Why'd they change Trevor's to Ralph? They changed Trevor.
Ralph was just amazing.
To Ralph.
Ralph.
They changed the whole name. They rearranged letters everywhere. And then for Sifa, instead of giving her a whole new last name, they just put a V there instead of a B. No.
I retired that day. Give him a flat.
That's incorrect.
Can you come up with a whole bunch of real fake names?
I don't think so.
They could have just used the names that are right there.
No.
Why would they add an H in Simon to make it Sheeman?
She's gonna be hip and cool.
Why'd they change it to Belmondo?
All the cool
Why is
kids.
his name
It's
Ralph?
so he can
Why did
go
they give him an
like,
eye patch?
hey, yeah. My
All the
voice cracked doing that. Fuck.
that's okay. What's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on? Yeah.
All the cool kids have H's in their name.
My name is Shaymondo. Belmondo.
Wow, that sounds cool.
Yeah. And I'm in that song possibly that says, hey, what's going
Yeah.
on?
And he tries.
Oh my god, do I try?
I try all the time in this institution. And he prays.
Oh my
I
god,
do?
do I pray?
Do I? I don't remember.
So should I pray or should I go?
Doodly.
I
Lot
am
of-
done
Lot of
talking about that idiot Wii game. It's time to talk about the DS games that included the Soma Cruz. Listen, the
I'm thinking-
second one in his duology
I think-
had. Okay, what you were gonna say something?
I don't think I've ever heard someone call a game an idiot. That's typically a personification you give to people.
I don't
Stupid
believe in
idiot.
idiots. I only believe in idots.
I believe in nincompoops. Or
Well, you're right to
meanders.
have an opinion, especially when your opinion's wrong.
You're right.
Alright. So in Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow, you play as Somac Cruz, who's reincarnated Dracula. I think I talked about this last time, but this
Wait,
is
Tom
important.
Cruise?
Yes. So in the game, of course, there's always the good and bad endings. You get locked off from the best ending in the game. You get locked off from all the good endings by a single man.
What's
Single
his-
boss fight. His name is Paranoia, and he lives in a mirror.
Hey, it's me.
It's you.
Yeah.
He lives in a mirror, and he just is annoying because he's like he's a normal boss fight. He's nothing too hard.
He
But if
doesn't-
you don't kill him, you don't know how to go into mirrors. So you don't get any better endings other than, wow, the castle's gone. I
he
guess
doesn't-
that's the end of the game.
He doesn't know how to
Whee!
T-pose. You gotta teach him. He's Y-posing.
So you beat Paranoia, which is pretty cool. And
I don't believe it's cool. I don't
You beat-
believe it.
you beat Paranoia, and you move on, and then you can get to the part of the game where you can have the best ending or the worst ending. To get the worst ending, you don't equip a charm and you become evil Dracula, but now you're a teenage boy with white hair.
You're a teenage man.
And that's when you get to play as a Belmont. And then you go kill Soma. It's cool.
You go kill Selma? What did that town do?
Why are you killing Salmonella?
Go kill
That's
Soma
a good
Cruz
idea to do.
because he became evil and stuff. It's cool. Whatever. You kill him as Julius Belmont, the Belmont that I really want a game. I want him to have a game. I want to kill Dracula for real, seal him in an eclipse, and move on.
Seal him in an eclipse.
And
Yeah, that's- God, Dracula's bothering you. I mean, vampires. Just seal him in an eclipse.
seal him in
For
an
only
eclipse.
$19.99 plus shipping and handling.
Hey, maybe
It's
you should
cool.
get the ancients in this. I'm pretty sure they'll make a sun that grants wishes that will seal him in an eclipse forever.
To order, call 999-999.
They probably will.
999.
The small price of several souls from that planet nearby.
Yeah.
You can
And
order
some
your own
douchey
What?
bomb guy to come and steal the wish from you.
So in the best ending, there's these. In the duology, there's a cult that's trying to resurrect Dracula because, of course, there's somebody who's trying to do that.
Of course,
there's
there always
two-
is.
There's two candidates. You spare the first one earlier, but his soul goes into your body, and you're like,
There's only
am I a
one-
bad person? Whatever. And you kill the other one because he sucks. has no personality. And in the best ending, the guy whose soul you absorbed comes out and is like, ha ha ha, I absorbed your ability to absorb other souls. What do you think about that, idiot? And
It
becomes
shoves you.
the worst. I wish he only did that. This is what he becomes as a result of not being able to handle the souls he's absorbed. It's not pretty.
It's dark.
It's very not pretty. And he's very big. Like,
He big boy?
the size of your sprite compared to his is, if you look down there, way all the way down there by his toes, you see those toes down there? Well, you're like 2 of those, maybe, like 1.5 tall compared to him. So there's
Happy
platform.
toes.
Yeah, you have to like get all the way up there to his weird face and his skull mouth. You have to stab that a bunch, I think.
I think.
I don't have the game.
I'm not too sure.
Gotta stab it.
I just heard it.
Stab
That looks
it.
pretty cool.
It does look pretty cool, but the way it starts is very scary because, hold on.
I'll show you. I'll become Bigman. Yeah.
What I want.
The end. I'll show you Latin.
Dmitry Blinov, please show me the beautiful screen where you get like.
You guys want to see my cool cosplay I made? Okay.
I was pulling up the Wikipedia page for the guy that turns into that man. Oh, you put him on. Oh no, he's attacking.
Oh no.
He's
Oh my
gonna
God,
kill
that's
us
good.
all.
And then
So
he
I pulled up
died.
the Wikipedia page for
The animator
Dmitri,
suffered a
the guy
fatal
that
heart
turns
attack.
into that giant man.
Quick, we need Shimon Belmondo.
He's deceased. It's Shimon Belmont. Oh boy.
We need He-Man Del Taco. Where is he?
He becomes Menace. His name is just Menace. The way the battle starts is
Mrs. the Menace.
it starts as like it starts where it looks like it's gonna be like, oh, you have to fight this, you have to fight just like stuff that is protruding from the background. And then after you beat this phase, he stands up into the second phase that was just attacking us just now. And it scared me the first time I was watching a video, and I was like, oh, it's like it was like Chaos in the last game where you just kind of attack stuff that's like attached to the background. That's pretty cool.
Like
There's
Guy
that
gets
one
from
video-
Earthbound.
Yeah, like that. And then he stands up. And I was not prepared for that. He just gets up and it's just like, okay, what do I do now? I'm a little tiny twink anime boy. What am I supposed to do?
You can't say that.
All I have is the white hair.
I just got the frosted tips with the whole thing, apparently.
I just awakened to my anime powers since like the moment I got my anime. I'm new to this, please help.
I haven't learned the power of friendship yet.
Or have I discovered bullshit shonen power leveling system?
There's no fire in my belly.
Yeah, I mean, he's sort of got it because he's gotten his Dracula powers back, which is pretty cool. That's fun.
Oh, there.
You win, and that's the end of Menace. Nobody likes him.
Mrs. the Menace. Menace scared me again. Again! He's so scary.
I'll be honest there. I was actually expecting you to fill an entire 30-minute block, but you pretty much did.
Oh, wow.
You have
I have more.
I mean, you got 5 more minutes, and I think we'll close it up on Castlevania, because I think you could literally fill up the 2 hours with just that.
Bless
Probably could. So I'll leave a small cliffhanger for this part. Because I was going to talk about the Lords of Shadow timeline, because it's an entirely different timeline to the regular one. It's about Gabriel Belmont / Dracula. And that's it.
Dracula 2.
Well, you guys heard it here first. We'll get a continuation to Katie's half of our Castlevania talk. We need to come up with a better pending title for that block, but we'll figure something out, and you guys will catch up on that next time.
K-Tvania. I said that earlier.
K.T.Vania? Okay, the K.T.Vania block. That's now going to be from 12:30 to 1, apparently.
I'll have to lengthen my talks about singular games.
Yeah.
Huh?
Better yet, we need like a sound effect to be like, the K.T.Vania talk has just started. Pew! And then like K.T.Vania talk has now ended. Womp. Something like that. Yeah.
Get her off the stage!
Boo! Talks about
Tomato
Castlevania too much. See, is this
Get outta
tomato?
here.
Is this blood? You can't tell. Because you like
off!
Sky
Castlevania.
monster!
Get off the stage! I'm not on a stage. All right, then just like step a few ways that way. Yep, and go up those stairs. Get off!
Get on your box!
Oh my gosh.
Go
Okay.
back in the corner. We're outside.
Well, that's the end of K.T.Vania, so I don't think we really can push that anymore. So I guess the next kind of block, I guess we can call it, since it helps to have like a topic conversation going on. Since it's Tuesday, and actually we did kind of skip a week, which I'll probably talk more of as we're winding stuff down. Not that there was a whole lot to it. Brandon just had life stuff, and he needed time to recuperate. Yeah, he was a chubby lady hiding in the bushes, and that's.
But I wasn't on TV.
But he wasn't on TV. No. But anyways, if there's been any changes in any of your guys' life since last podcast until now.
I learned more guitar stuff. That's it.
Oh yeah, you're learning guitar. I kind of forget about that, and then like some days you just bring out your guitar and you're like, wow, guitar.
Guitar.
Technically, you just sit there and you play Smoke on the Water for a little bit.
I mean, I'm getting better. It's not quite dead.
Yeah.
I did actually learn a few new things today, which I would play, but I don't wanna, cause Mario.
Mario's taking up my time. Okay,
Mario.
William, you
Mario
haven't.
personally come to my apartment and punched me in the face.
Yeah, William, you're being like.
Well, no,
completely...
you don't have to point out to it. I was just gonna say, like, hey, William, you haven't talked for a while. Has there been any changes that you want to talk about since the last podcast until now?
Not really. I've eaten I have eaten an unhealthy amount of sandwiches.
Yeah, and you probably drank an unhealthy amount of milk.
And water. Just kidding.
I had.
You're probably so fine on water.
12 water bottles today.
That's
okay, yeah.
a little excessive, actually.
That's a bit excessive.
Yeah. You should really only drink when your body tells you you're thirsty.
Well, I drink 2 water bottles whenever I'm thirsty.
Well, yeah, that's as much as your body needs.
Yeah, drink as much as you were thirsty before. Don't force yourself to drink just because you feel like you're obligated to.
Yeah, the whole drink 8
thirsty,
glasses of water
2.
a day thing is a complete bullcrap.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally just water marketing shit. Like, you don't need that much. It's actually unhealthy if you drink that much.
Yep.
I drink 2 when I get thirsty. I get thirsty a lot.
I mean,
fair enough.
And yeah, if you like stretching it out, like I drink a lot of soda. Well, lately I've been drinking more Gatorade than soda, and also water, but still.
Yeah, I mean, I've been drinking a lot of soda. That's because I have sodas to drink.
Yeah.
Whoosh. Well, I mean, hey, at least you're still alive. You're eating food and drinking liquids.
Yeah, you clearly have had enough to stay alive.
Any games you've played, completed, had fun doing? Anything you want to talk about?
I have a game that I completed.
What game was it?
Wolfenstein.
Van Arthur.
Good game.
Yeah. And how was that?
It was a really good game.
Oh
Yeah.
crap! I lost.
Would you like to talk about it? Would you like to share with the class? Show and tell. Wolfenstein New Order.
What do
New
you
Order
mean
is
by
cool.
this? My thoughts on it?
Anything.
Good.
I'm gonna just give my thoughts on it.
Yeah, go for it.
It's a really good game. Like, really, really good.
I've played it before, and I will wholeheartedly agree. It's amazing.
It's a
It's got
really good game.
It's got very good storytelling. Its pacing is very well. Its gameplay is very. I always appreciate games where stealth is an option, but it's not an absolute necessity. Because I love doing stealth in video games, but I don't like doing it when like I absolutely have to, and there's no other way of getting around it.
You mean like
That's why-
stuff like Dishonored?
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, that's interesting because like I've considered picking up Wolfenstein New Order, even though like it's not really the type of game series I enjoy. It definitely has like a really interesting story that I might want to watch and play, or play
yeah.
and watch.
I mean the stealth is great, and the silenced pistol is broken, like straight up. If you hit them
Yeah.
in that, if you hit. if
Also,
there's
I
two
like how I was
targets-
trying to give a box for William to stand on, and then like you just completely took the box and like now talking for it.
I'm
Shoved him off
sorry.
the box and pushed him into the road.
It's fine.
No, it's not okay. It's KO. Fuck out.
I mean, it's cool, William. You do kind of have like a less of a presence here when we're streaming. I think you just get a little bit camera shy when you're on the internet,
Just a
but
bit.
just a wee bit. But
Not necessarily a bad thing.
yeah, I think I just need to be more conscious as host to give you more room to just talk about shit and kind of warm up to just talking random bullshit on stream.
Yeah.
I wanted to say something about what Brandon said about the silenced pistol being broken.
Go for it.
Go for
Broken
it.
is an understatement. That shit is the shit. You can go through the entire game only using that.
I know. Well, except for the sections where you're absolutely forced into running gun.
Even then, you can use the pistol.
I mean, you could, but it'll just take way longer.
But yeah, like I agree with what you say. Like when stealth is an option, because like yeah, going around being all sneaky is fun, but like sometimes you just want to get a Gatling gun and kill everyone.
Yeah, sometimes you like want to be able to switch playstyles on the fly without it like completely ruining your playthrough of it. That's
This is getting
why.
boring. Let's use an AK-47.
That's why I'm not a huge fan of like Metal Gear or something like that, because the story is like really weird and hard to
Yeah.
follow.
Never played
Actually,
it.
trying to get into a major lore standpoint.
I typically prefer like stealth mechanics when the game actively is not like supporting stealth mechanics and like is
Yeah.
constantly fighting you on stealth mechanics. Like not games where it's like cheesy stealth mechanics where you could just hide, and not something like Persona 5 where you could just sneak up on every enemy in the game like it's nothing.
Yeah,
But something like I'm trying to think of something and it's just not coming to mind. But there's quite a few games like they have sneak mechanics in them, but they're not
Mhm.
sneak games. But they're like Skyrim. Skyrim has sneak mechanics, but the sneak mechanics tend to actively go against you unless you have just a super high level sneak. And
Yeah.
even then, like unless you're wearing the right stuff and like actively trying to take advantage of it, like you're very hard to notice. But I love doing sneaking in that one because like it's just fun just to walk up to people and be like, "You can't see me. You can't see." Oh,
Yeah.
and you're dead. Oh, hey. I see that you seem to be very wealthy. I'm just gonna open up your
Murder.
pockets real quick and just kind of pull out your clothes and everything that you're wearing currently. How about I take that sword you currently have equipped too? Yeah, no, that's I like that sword.
Yeah.
They just like stand there.
I do like the sneak mechanic. Well, I do like messing around with the sneak stuff in a lot of Bethesda games.
Yeah.
Skyrim especially.
I mean, I don't mean like the Skyrim series specifically because it's not exactly, but
Oh,
like
sure.
I love games where like they're not built for sneaking and like the sneaking actually works against you because usually like if you put in the time, you eventually get broken sneak. And when you have broken sneak, it is bonificate. I can't even say that word correctly, but you know exactly what I mean.
I do. I know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got a gray fixed card. Not sure if I had said that last time. I don't think I had it yet.
I don't think you did, but that's a new thing that happened to you and had been thrown into your face or something.
Now I can actually run modern gen games on high.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool, especially since I went from like, oh, you want to play Wolfenstein 2? Hut, no, blue screen.
Yeah, I mean, you said that it's as good as the Steve Malkinson's voice.
Sorry, I was drinking. Consumption.
Oh, dare you. Well, it's nice, interesting. Katie, new things happen between you stuff?
No, not really. I just kind of got back into Hyrule Warriors.
Oh,
so that's fun.
I kind of want to get that game.
That's
It's very fun.
That's the beat 'em up, right? Or not the beat 'em up, but like the horde thing.
Yeah, the horde.
The Dynasty Warriors.
Dynasty Warriors. I was trying to think of Dynasty Warriors, but I always think it was like Empire something.
It's close.
Yeah.
Empire Soldiers, whatever. I don't know.
The Empire strikes my back. It feels very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hyrule Warriors is really fun. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to my copy of Hyrule Warriors. I would actually not be against playing that right now. I don't have my Wii U set up, so it's gonna be.
I was gonna tell you my favorite part, but that has a spoiler in it because Brandon wants to play it.
I've literally never touched it before.
I know, but
well, I mean, you see here, there's this there's Link, and there's Zelda, and
no,
I don't know if you know about this, but I think there's also Ganon in it.
That guy. I love that guy.
You fight enemies, dude.
You fight. No, I thought you fought my friends. I wanted to beat the crap out of it.
And there's not like just one or two enemies. Like the map is just covered in enemies, and like you gotta fight a lot of them.
No, I'm not sure if I can do that.
It's like living in an apartment in downtown Detroit.
Whoa!
I think we made that Detroit joke already in a previous stream.
That's not the best of scenarios.
It's a very fun game that still keeps its story while having the horde battle happening. Like the story's in the background, but there's cutscenes and stuff, so it's like here's the story. Do you like it? It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, okay. That's a thing, I guess. I guess I'm gonna talk about. Oh wait, you still have more stuff to say?
My favorite part. I'm gonna say my favorite part because it's fine. So you beat Sia, who's like this witch lady who's trying to revive Ganon because she sucks. Well, not that she sucks. She wants to suck Link.
What?
I'm serious. That's what she wants. She wants Link.
Oh. Well, that's no.
She's trying to get power so she can have Link.
So she's trying to suck
Link.
Yeah. Well, that's probably like.
I mean, that's definitely contributing it in like a way.
Yeah, that's not really describing it.
Where's my knife?
There's a whole level. That's her house, and it's just there's paintings of Link everywhere. There's statues of him everywhere. It's very strange.
That's scary.
I mean, considering she used magic to combine like all versions of Hyrule into one version of Hyrule, like it is.
That's like Helga from Hey Arnold.
I mean, I hate to like spoil plot, but like I think you already know this that like all versions of Hyrule get merged together, and so you have everyone is here, at least in the Legend of Zelda.
Everyone is here.
Yeah.
Only for Legend of Zelda.
Super Smash Bros.
So Snake's in it?
Like wait.
snakes in it. I would like
Yes,
snakes.
my favorite Zelda characters.
You get even more if you buy the
Snake.
DLC.
Yeah, you get
Yeah,
Young Link, which is pretty fun because you just sprint around really fast, and then you use the special attack where you turn into Fierce Deity Link. You just go yeah.
Do I get Banjo Kazooie?
No, but you get to play as Imp Midna.
I wonder,
Alright,
is there a
Wouldn't
Switch release
Midna
of this game?
literally?
there
Yes,
was.
the
I have a
definitive
question.
edition.
Oh,
That came with all the
nice.
DLC immediately, didn't it?
Wouldn't
Yes.
Midna literally be impossible to kill?
No.
Wait, who would be
Yeah, you can
impossible to
kill her.
kill?
I did it.
Midnight Riser?
Midna? She's not impossible to kill.
Frick.
Yeah, I did it. It was easy.
Where's
That's
my
the
knife?
entire point of Twilight Princess. Like, she was dying.
Yeah, it's a death.
The whole point of Twilight Princess is dying.
Hey,
Well,
you're
like,
dying.
Midna was like that entire game, like in her last form before death. That's why she was like child form and not like her full princess form.
What?
Sorry, I belched.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you're fine. I mean, spoilers for anyone who hasn't played Twilight Princess yet, but the entire point of that game is Midna does not have access to her powers, and like she's losing access to them and is like on death's door because of it. Matter of fact, I believe there's an entire point where it's like she's like a dead corpse on Wolflank's back, and like it's playing Midna's something lament. Yeah.
Lament. You have
Like
to.
Zant almost kills her. Like she's about
Yeah.
to die, and
So
Link is
she
rushing as
is
fast as he can.
100% killable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it in the game. It was
Like,
easy.
but at the end of the game, she's big power now.
Well, she
Yeah,
is
you can still kill her.
she's been
Eat
brought to
shredder.
death's
Murder
door.
Zant in
That
cold blood.
it proves that it's possible to kill her if she's been brought to death's door. Just because she got powered up doesn't mean like you can't depower her again. Because if it's happened once, it can happen again.
Yeah.
It's just gonna take longer.
Yeah.
So
But,
It's like killing her with extra steps.
that just
defeating
sounds like killing
Tia.
her with extra steps.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you defeat Tia. She vanishes into a puff of smoke because she's not supposed to be here. And then you see, oh, whoopsies, Ganondorf's out. He's got his body back, and he looks pretty hot. They don't actually say that. I thought that in my head.
Wow.
I love the fact that you clarified that because I probably would have gone into the game like expecting that, even though I also would never would be there.
I just like how you said that afterwards. Like he's pretty hot. By the way, the game never says that. It's just kind of that's just what I thought.
It's the footnote. In like a guidebook. Okay, so he shows up, and I'm like, oh, cool, I gotta fight Ganondorf now, because that's pretty cool. And then a text box flashes up on screen, you can now play as Ganondorf. I was like, oh, that's cool, I can play him in the free mode, and then I go to the next part of the story mode, you play as Ganondorf, and you take over Hyrule. I was like, finally! This is what I've been waiting for!
You win!
Wow.
My boy!
Well, I can't be mad that we're talking about Hyrule Warriors, but I like how we completely ran over what I was gonna say about new stuff happening to me.
Sorry.
No, you're cool. It's cool. It's
I'm
filling up
done
time.
anyway.
Yeah. So anyways, I guess new stuff happening with me is I actually started learning game development. I pretty much spent all of yesterday learning how to use the Godot engine for the first time. I made the little like tutorial example game, and right now or today I spent most of the day trying to remake Pong. I was able to make the paddle, I was able to make the ball, and I was starting to set up stuff for like the colliders. To make things like interact with each other, like have physics in Pong. Weird.
Actually have proper collision.
Yeah, instead of because right now, like what happens is when I start the game, the ball spawns and then it just basically flies off in a random direction.
Ghost
Ooh,
Pong.
I mean, but like I'm pretty happy with it. Like I got an accelerator on the paddle, so it actually speeds up and then has friction, so slows down. It's not just like an immediate you press it and it moves, and then once you stop, it just goes from whatever it was to zero. Um,
Yeah.
but anyways, I also did record currently about 40 minutes of footage of me putting that together. I'm probably gonna record a little bit more. So the goal of this is I'm gonna spend the next 2 weeks trying to put together a 4-player Pong, and then I'm gonna try and make this multiplayer because apparently Godot has a nice or a way of making online multiplayer. But
All
I'm,
right.
I'm gonna record that. I'm gonna edit down the footage, and I think I'm going to make a devlog out of it. Not just this game specifically, but I think I'm gonna continue doing this. Probably gonna call it stupid, like journey to becoming game developer or something. Because
journey to
essentially,
making a boy.
yeah, going from not being able to make Pong to being able to make my dream game. Because the entire thing is like I've always wanted to be a game developer. Like ever since I was a child who knew what a thing was. Like I wanted to be it before I even knew what game development was actually called or being a game developer was called. I just knew I wanted to make games. Um, so it's
Yeah.
definitely like an extreme want for me. But I've spent so much of my life trying to throw myself into learning programming, specifically C++, and I was kind of doing it in a stupid way, but like I was never able to really like attach myself to it, and I was never really able to like completely learn C++. Like I still learn C++, but I just wasn't able to understand it, mostly because I wasn't willing to make projects and like continuously trying to learn and understand. Like you probably should. The most I've really done with C++ is I've made a quadratic calculator back in middle school.
Oh
Um,
wow.
I mean, it was still pretty bad. It didn't have the best interface. It was literally just plug in
Still.
numbers here, and the entire thing worked in the console too. It wasn't even, it didn't even bring up a window. It was all in the terminal, or technically Command Bash, because I was doing this on Mac.
Oh
Um,
wow.
but anyways, like it's something I've always wanted to do, and more specifically, there's a specific project I want to make. It's a turn-based RPG game that has like a kind of cool metallurgy system and a kind of cool magic crafting system. This is a game idea I've had for again years. This is a game I've been wanting to make for a long time. I just
Yeah.
never tried actually making other projects because I was always like, oh, that's dumb. This has got to be my first project, but then it's way too much for a newbie to handle. So now I'm being like, stop
Yeah.
stupid, make small programs and slowly build up. So I don't know what I'm gonna do after 4-player Pong. But after I finish 4-player Pong, I'm going to move on to another project, maybe a platformer. And then
Yeah.
after the
Yeah.
platformer,
Platform would probably be good.
yeah,
Like
after
make a
the
simple
platformer,
platformer.
well, it's just gonna be a simple. I don't know if I'll do even more than like 2 levels. Um, might do 3. I don't know. It depends. I'm giving myself
Just
like
contract two.
yeah, I'm just giving myself like a week to do this. I'm not giving myself all the time in the world because if I do, I'm just gonna end up in adding systems forever and ever. After that, I think I'm gonna try and move on to making a original Legend of Zelda ripoff, like using the NES style, or not the
Oh, all
NES
right.
style, but like using like that level of graphics, and
The
like
level of
that,
8-bit.
yeah, and like that level of systems to make a sort of Legend of Zelda ripoff. And I
Yeah.
think I want to give myself like 1 to 2 months to make that. Because I at least
Call it
wanted.
Legend of Sorta.
Actually, it's already called Legend of Garbage, so
Oh.
I
I
already have a
mean,
name for it. But then
I
Okay.
could go through.
after that, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll probably have some sort of in between project. I might do another like 1 to 2 months. Maybe try making a roguelike that's very small. Um, But yeah, this is just the new thing I'm going to be doing in all the time I have, because if I can learn how to do this, I can make my dream game, and if I can make my dream game, I will be very happy.
Yeah.
um, and like again, I really did have to come to accept the fact that like this is not something I'm just gonna wake up and be able to make, because it is definitely a project that's gonna take me 1 to 2 years to do. Especially if I'm just doing
Absolutely.
it on myself. Which I probably won't do it by myself. I mean, hopefully, um, other games can help me get money on the side to help me like, pay people to help me make music or help me write dialogue or help me, do this and that so I can kind of beef up the game. I don't really care if it's not truly an indie project as long as like I
I can do
do.
dialogue.
Yeah, I know, and I've talked to you about it before. I don't think I told you explicitly it was for this project, but it was
Yeah.
definitely, hey, if I wanted you to do dialogue, could you do it? Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, and I do have a story too. The entire point of it is like, um, I don't have an official title. I've just kind of been calling it Dark Lord in my head. But it's
Mhm.
essentially about a game, or the game is about a story of like the entire world working against main protagonist.
All right.
So I really wanted it to be something like the game, alright, out just encourages you to do stupid, amoral shit, and then like doesn't encourage you to do good things. Like the entire system would be like tell you, hey, you're getting negative karma. It will tell you this is building up. It will tell you, but then whenever you do good stuff or you do anything else, like it does not tell you, like, hey, good things actually do come from this, and instead, like, tries to plant the seed of negativity and try and force the player to play through the true route. Um, because essentially, I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but there's going to be two routes. There'll be X amount of dungeons. You can go through all the dungeons, and then you can get just a generic ending. Or you can go through and pretty much
Oh,
raise an entire civilization and get the
why am I
true
getting?
ending doing that. But I don't want to push the player. I don't want to like force them to do it. I want it to be like a choice they make of their own volition. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Kind of buy it.
thank you.
I would buy that.
I mean, again, execution would be a big part of that, and that's because honestly, like, if it came down to it, like making an RPG, I don't think it would actually take me all that long just to make a basic RPG that would be, workable. But I really do want this to be a polished project. I want it to have like good pixel art that I would hopefully have refined after doing several different other projects of varying styles. Um, I wanted to actually have like music that actually works into like the same feeling of the game, which again really helps. Which really would be like me nailing down like the core engagement of the game and whatnot. And there's a whole lot to it. I just don't have like the knowledge or experience to really put it into existence. But that's the goal. It's to get that knowledge, to get that experience, and put this into existence. And honestly, anything else I do after that, I don't know, and I don't really care. Technically, I've been mulling around another game idea, a strategy game idea called Nerd Wars, that would work on a modeled globe. Like I forget what the name of the actual shape is, but it's a when you look like at a soccer ball, how it's made of like a bunch of hexagons and there's like pentagons in specific places to make it actually make a
Um.
ball. Like that would be the map. Except, flat. Well,
It would be like a battle grid.
it would be like a three-dimensional battle grid. It would be like if you took civilizations and put it on a globe, but you
Oh,
still had the
okay.
hexagons.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that
But
one.
I can't remember what it's called.
I don't remember what the name of the shape is, but actually there's a very specific name for that series of shapes because you can't actually close a three-dimensional like shape made out of hexagons. You actually need to throw in pentagons in order to close it.
Yeah.
But after, I mean, I don't even know if I'll ever get to that project. But if I did, because I wanted that game to be like very much have a lot of like 3D models. I know William wants to do 3D modeling, or at least wants to try it out. And I was like, actually, if he's okay with helping me make derpy shit, like that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, like, all basic. What do you like? What do you have in mind?
Personally, like Sims Kingdoms level of My Sims Kingdoms. I don't know if you've ever played that game, but it was on the Wii. But
I
like that level. It's not like I don't want like super high fidelity 3D models. I want them to be kind of like cartoony and like not very realistic.
Almost caricature like.
Yeah.
They got big square heads.
Yeah, big square heads. Oh, did you just look up the game?
They look like dolls.
They're like
Yeah.
they're like kind of exaggerated features, but at the same time they're also very simplified.
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
looked
no,
up
no,
My
it's
Sims
a
Kingdom.
dog
My
on.
Sims Kingdom is like a good example of what I'd
It's a good example of less is more in that situation.
Pretty much all
Yeah.
of the My Sims games, because I'm pretty sure they all have the same art style.
Yeah.
They get rid of the nose and most fingers in exchange for giving them like animated expressions and
Mhm.
movements.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
For the
again, like I
Wii.
don't want this to be like super high
They give them
fidelity
little nub
graphics. I just want it to be
I
workable.
shall return.
All right.
Yeah. Again, and that's also not like this has to happen right here, right now. This is future conversation. But for the meantime, I'm stuck on weekly projects until I tell myself I'm not.
For sure.
Should really remake my last school project in Construct 2.
That'd be cool.
It featured a very nondescript little lad with a candle.
Aw, he cute.
He kills ghosts with that candle.
Aw, he
That's
cute.
how you open the doors in the thing. Because you have to kill a certain number of ghosts to open the doors. Like that was my way of making levels for that. But it was pretty fun. Like,
Yeah.
where's my ghost? Where's my first ghost? He's all the way down here. Because I put a bunch of paintings in the background because it's like a castle. So, and I made every painting unique for some reason. Like, I wanted them all to be
Oh, I think you've
different
told
and
me
cool.
about this.
Yeah.
Back when
Have I shown
we
you?
were trying to get that one painting in Terraria.
Yeah, when I was. And here's the enemies you have to fight. Look them
Oh
up.
my god, I
He's got
love
2
that.
frames.
That's
He's got 2 frames.
adorable. Hold on a second. Let me
Yes, hello.
let's let the fine folks at home be able to see this real quick.
And unfortunately, I gave him like a 17. Yes, he has a 17 frame death animation.
Yeah, I have your permission to change my icon to that in October.
Here, there's.
Can I say a thing?
There's
Yes.
you're more than free to say a thing. Just real quick. There's a little ghost.
You brought up me doing like 3D
Yes.
models.
Modeling,
I mean,
modeling,
like all I would really
modeling.
need to buy is
Board modeling.
a drawing tablet, and that's really it. So,
You mean you can get those? You can get those pretty.
Yeah, I mean you don't
easily.
have
Just
money right
right.
now. Actually, you know
Yeah.
what? I'm gonna change our
Red light
follow icon to the little ghost, just because that's adorable.
Yes.
Just him wiggling. That's like 2. That's only 2 frames. But I set it so that they would travel in like parabolas because I couldn't figure out pathfinding at the time. So they would just swoop all over the place. You're just like,
I mean, technically, I have to learn how to make a basic AI follow a ball, so that's gonna be a fun project. There's also the ghost death animation right now.
That is just so cute.
7.
He's
I was like, I
adorable.
gotta make a
Love it.
ghost because that makes sense. And then I made him real cute.
Can I
There's one more
blast
animation I made of him.
your-
That is perfect spook month.
Is it spooky month?
Yes. You know, that's adorable.
I have one more animation of
I'm
him.
gonna show that to my sister and she's gonna love it.
One more. Because he just sits there in like he sits there in the instruction screen. Oh no, he's huge.
Oh my god, that is even better.
Oh yeah. Oh no, he's dying in the cauldron. No.
And there's the
Halloween,
last
we need
one
to
where
do
he's
it.
just kind of laughing. Yeah, no, I'm probably gonna use 2 of those ghost animations for follows. Well, actually,
We need to
technically
do
1.
seasonal stuff
Make one an
That's-
emote.
for this podcast.
We can make one an emote. I mean, I don't
The-
even know if
the
we can
dancing
make
one.
emotes right now. I think we
I don't
need.
think we can
I
yet.
think we need to become partnered. So, I mean, there's a goal for you. Get a crap ton of people to follow our channel. There's
Yep.
your motivation right there. Ghost emotes.
What's my motivation?
It goes to anybody watching this, and all 3 of you.
What's your motivation? Spooky.
Spooky wiggling.
Spooky
Spooky
wiggling.
baby.
Spooky wiggle man.
Yeah.
You get to use some spooky babies.
That is so cute.
They're amazing. I love them.
I cannot get over that. It's so adorable.
He goes with the mage boy because I gave them both like really big heads. I
Aww.
also gave the skeleton a really big head.
I'm just gonna have this as like a permanent fixture, actually, because I just love this.
My skeleton man.
But what just happened there? Someone was playing Mario.
They all have big heads.
I guess I'll put it.
Yeah, they just
Yeah, I don't know where to
Those
put it.
skele-
I'll figure that out later. But for now, we have ghosts in the room, which is actually thematically appropriate.
yeah, those skeletons
Oh,
sit
he's
on top
moving.
of pillars and they just throw bones at you.
Oh, I don't. Oh,
Does he
Jesus.
have a name?
Jesus, don't do this to me.
Oh.
Fine folks at home do not need to hear Steam going to big picture mode.
Yeah, we do. We want to go. Haha, Steam go.
Unfortunately for my game, I didn't get the 4th level done, which had the Ghost Queen in it. So
Oh,
There's
she
no
would have been
ghost
like a
queen.
boss fight if I could figure out how to program that.
hey, there we go.
It was also very simple. What do you?
Oh wait. Oh, 134. I didn't know that.
It
I thought it was like 115
was very simple.
15 or
So I
20.
could recreate her into different poses easy.
Yeah. I mean, that is very simple.
I'll kill all of you.
Yeah, she has the face.
She has like an evolved version of the face where the eyes are just bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
gave her several emotions.
yeah,
This is the birth of the I will kill all of you.
yeah. I mean, it's very distracting to look at, but I think it really does add to the stream. Just having those go on forever.
Little
You
Stella
just sit there,
boy.
dance and die.
He's
I mean-
so handsome.
If anyone
it was
has
like-
any problems with it, speak now or forever hold your peace. Oh wait, nobody's watching this. Oh,
I
burn.
object.
I detect
Div.
Yeah.
defective.
Sherlock
Effective.
Holmes.
It's radio defective.
Look, he's a little dancing skeleton boy.
A
He's
defective
so
detective.
handsome.
You like him a lot.
He's so handsome.
I mean, I don't blame you. I love the ghosts.
Yeah, I love the one that's just like wiggling its heart out in the 2-frame animation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just so happy to be there. Have I showed you my favorite painting I made for that?
We should,
No, you have not.
We should eventually get to a point where we're like inside a hut and there's like these little ghosties everywhere and we just huddle around the cauldron.
Yeah.
This is my
Aesthetically,
favorite painting I made.
For all of the
game.
thumbnails made in October, those
One of
ghosts
them.
need to be everywhere.
Yeah.
they'll spook you. And
I
if
wish-
we get,
If we could only have animated thumbnails.
if we all get better at art, we could do all the spooky lads. It could be HD spooky lads. We're just gonna keep the skeleton the way it is. He's handsome. Look at him.
Well, no, I like the boo-boo-boo. I had a stutter. Excuse me, I had a stroke again. I do that from time to time.
You do that from time to time.
I have 2 of my favorite paintings that I ever made.
Ghost 1 and Ghost 9.
No, like the background paintings, you have like this weird, like I don't know, it was like a portrait of like a slime guy. I don't know what I was doing. I was just like
Slimbo. slapping
ideas together. And then there's the siren picture, which I like a lot.
Oh my god, I love that slime one so much.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like
His-
the name of the painting in my files is. Hold on, let me see.
It's like if Diglett had a ditto stuck to its chin.
It's Captain Slimington.
Slamming.
Oh god. I don't know if
Captain
Katie's
Slimbo
ever
Slimington.
seen it, but I know at least Brandon probably has seen it. But do you guys remember like my old icon? Like my slime
Yeah.
on a controller icon?
I do remember.
I do not. I wasn't here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I
I
still
would-
have that anywhere. But I made that one in high school, and I fell in love with that because that was like my first actual pixel art.
Yeah.
I just do pixel art weapons.
So when I was making this game in class, I literally sat there and asked myself,
I also really like that
"What's
siren,
good
by
in
the way.
Castlevania? What does Castlevania have that makes it a castle?
What would Castlevania do?
Yeah, what makes it look like a castle on the inside?" And I was like, "Ah, yes, candles." So I made a candle.
I wanna
Yes,
be a
and
castle
all
from
have
the
candles.
inside.
Candlevania.
Candle, 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 candle.
Probably not a
candle.
good idea to download something while I'm streaming, but oh well. It's a small file,
It's
hardly noticeable.
Captain Slimbo Slimington, my favorite.
Mostly because I just want to share it with you guys, because it is my proud work.
Slimbo Slimington reporting for duty, sir.
He's fancy.
Yeah,
Oh wow,
He's a
the lore is
fancy
that
lad.
he's eating that controller.
I remember him.
Yeah, I had that
I remember-
as my icon forever.
You
Also-
did.
Yeah, somebody typed H in chat.
Aw.
By the way,
Ha.
eat shredded cheese. Thank you for typing H. I don't know if there's anything else to that sentence.
Oh yeah, hold on.
H.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
H.
I think we need
I
to
cannot
discuss H.
complain.
I mean, you can. You just choose not to. Because you're lazy.
10 out of 10. Good message, H.
10 out of 10. Put H again.
So I remember that I added.
Oh, wait a
word-
minute. Maybe it's like, you know how like people will type like ha or like LOL, but like when in reality they just go. Or they just do
I
a
mean,
hump
I don't know.
sound.
I don't want to make fun of somebody for just typing H,
A
but
rump,
still,
a dump,
it
a
is.
hump.
That is a thing. Well, technically, they
True.
also followed up with there isn't, and oh, I don't know what they're replying to because our conversations move at fast speed sometimes.
There isn't an H. There is no.
Fast speed, go fast.
There
There is
no
Flip.
H. Just like the spoon, there is none.
Just H, okay?
They don't exist.
Just
So I
H.
remembered.
If it exists, no, it doesn't.
Katie, you've been saying something about remembering something.
I remembered I planned a bad end for my game, and this is the picture I made for it.
The end.
The still image. The bad end. If you messed up.
What's the good end?
The good end is he escaped like a good boy. Hold on.
He escaped like a good boy.
Well, like the bad end
Now
would
be a
be
good boy
the
and
bad
escape.
end would be you lose against the ghost queen and she possesses your body and leaves.
Ooh, that's
Um,
spoopy.
I think. I don't know what I was doing.
There's the bad end for everyone watching this at home. Now that somebody has actually talked in chat, I feel obligated to show the pictures that we're
He's a
talking
good boy,
about.
escaping. Look at him go.
Well,
You can actually see the castle that I made in that one.
Oh, there's more. Oh, wait up. There's a
the wrong way
follow-up
'cause
for this.
I'm an idiot.
Oh, he's so cute.
I don't know, I love
him.
your very simple art style. It is very appealing.
I do too.
It's
very
very
endearing.
simple and it's very nice.
It's a very endearing and yet very just like charming art style.
They're cute lads. They're cute lads.
Yeah.
They're either very cute or they'll all kill all of you.
So you probably feel one or two ways
either
about it. I don't know.
Just like this
The
shall be.
over screen.
I'm a happy man.
He's dead because he has the candle. His boy has it's out.
No, he's not dancing there.
I'm
He's
looking
he's
at
just
the-
like, please, sir, light my candle.
I don't like that. I like when he's dancing. He's handsome when he's dancing.
You calling my boy ugly? You got a problem with my son?
I didn't realize you were Katie.
I'm stealing him from Katie.
No, not that type of sun. I mean like the one in the sky that's bright and blinds you if you look at it.
I mean, eat shredded cheese has just said, I don't know, he looks more handsome when he's dead.
Hey, what?
I don't know, he looks more handsome when he's dead.
Aw.
Listen,
There he is,
buddy.
using his ability.
I don't want to start a conflict,
They don't.
but I know handsome skeletons when I see a handsome skeleton.
I don't know, I like the one dancing above her chat box. That one looks amazing. I wonder who made that one.
Yeah, I wonder.
Who has recently posted a dancing skeleton in chat? I don't know. I just like how you're sharing this for like a one-off thing, and like I'm making this an actual channel.
That should also be.
Or I guess Twitch channel art, but still.
That should be one of the things that pops up when people subscribe.
I know. I'm gonna use one of them when people stop up to follow because. Hold on, I'm not gonna do it now because it's a pain in the butt to like go and do it. But next stream, if you want to follow, you'll have one of these icons. We'll probably put it to a personal vote, see which one we like the most, and that will pop up when anybody follows us. Because right now, if you follow, it's gonna be the Scott Pilgrim. That also means that we now need to get like a unique music sound too. So. We can't go halfway. We gotta go.
So who here can do video game music?
Not me.
Can't really.
I'll learn.
The most I can do with video game music is using that program that looks like it's from 2002 and make something that sounds like a sound. Yeah, I've only composed one music piece in my life, and honestly, only one other person has heard it, and that's how I want to keep it.
Gonna find that music now and listen to it.
Yeah, it's out on the deep web. You'll find it.
Yeah, because I definitely posted it to the internet.
Just sell your soul.
I mean, I guess that just means you're coming up to Oregon and data mining my computer.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't want a data mine.
How much gas will it take to get there?
Why would I want a data mine? It'll just explode when I kiss it.
I didn't realize mines had a hair trigger.
I mean, don't they literally have to?
What?
They're mines.
Mine the mind.
They have to be very sensitive.
Well, they have to be very sensitive, but typically they're not like that sensitive. Like, you have to be able to place them down and, arm them.
Okay.
Well, they're not sensitive before they're armed. Is the thing, though.
They're not sensitive. You can talk bad behind their back. They don't care.
I like your hair. You're just saying that because you have to.
Don't you pity me? I don't believe in pity. God, now it just sounds like William.
I only believe in explosion.
Look, Mama, he's gonna explode.
I only believe in the splode. That horrible kid.
That horrible kid. Thank you. It's always a good day when Brandon expands on my Invader Zim jokes.
Every time you make them.
Every single time. He's never not noticed when I talk about Invader Zim.
Oh, he's another cute boy. Help! I'm sorry.
What?
I'm playing Ninja Gaiden, I'm sorry.
Oh, I've seen that one before. I don't like that one just because it looks like he has duck lips. Even though it's a scarf.
I got
Yeah, I could fix it.
I
Make
got
it look better.
I got
It is an
trapped.
older one.
Yeah.
I got
Back when I was
trapped in like
how can I make the fireballs spin in a good spot?
I got trapped in a never-ending spawning enemy part, and I couldn't get out. Hence the help.
It's like Brandon.
Because we definitely needed context.
No, you didn't, but I wanted it.
I mean, I'm not trying to be a jerk about it. I'm just being like, oh, hey, context.
I know. No, not again. I want to go home. I am home.
Yeah, now this also means that I definitely need to do William's icon. Fuck.
That's okay. Just yeah.
What did
Did
you
you
want
say
again?
the frick word?
You wanted a purple Nova Kid cowboy, right?
Yes.
Does he need to have a sigil?
Can you hit? That's what I was gonna say.
No.
No.
Okay.
Prefer him to.
Oh.
Brandon, are you okay?
Birds.
I mean, are they the word? What? Like, context?
That's all I'll say. Birds.
Okay.
Actually.
Never-endingly spawning burb.
Actually.
Don't make him a cowboy.
Don't make him
an
a cowboy.
astronaut.
Don't make him a cowboy. I need to find a reference.
Oh, you mean like the
What I
thing you were
wanted
supposed to
to
give me
be.
a month ago?
Okay, look, stop.
You're about to call him
buddy.
Brandon.
No, I said buddy. I said buddy.
I know, but you were about to.
Buddy. Listen. I'm very
Buddy.
smart, and I have terrible memory, so when I say I'm gonna do something, just expect that I'm going to forget.
Well, here's the thing, is you didn't even acknowledge that you were going to send it to me. So this is still a step up.
Yeah. So back down.
Stop, it's okay.
Forgot that when I first got this sprite making program, I just sat there and made a bunch of small children.
What?
Yeah, I've seen.
No, please. No, please. I have a family. I think.
She just made small children.
And toilet
Ah,
children.
it's a child.
I made 21 kids,
Children.
like
Yes,
the same template. Like I was gonna make in our.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
children,
Make him a wizard. Give him that.
children
Also,
of the
that is
temple.
one child, Katie.
okay, now it's a wizard, okay.
Yeah, I like wizard.
That's fine.
Now
That's more thematically appropriate than any of us.
Yeah.
And Katie, since it's been kind of decided that you're now a co-host, I'm gonna need you to give me like an actual sprite that fits our format.
He's a nocturnal.
Unless
Yeah,
you,
okay.
unless you want me to make one for you.
You wandered into the Three Goblins cave, and then you were like, "Oh, sick! This
Yeah,
place
you
looks
should probably
awesome."
make it so it'd be about the same style. Otherwise, it'll just look weird.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want
Like,
a
what is
lord's
this?
head.
Disgusting. Throw it away.
I don't want a lord's head. You give your characters lord's
I mean,
heads.
I have a template that you're more than free to use.
Kinda good.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't want to, I'll do it. But
By the way,
Ask
that
template.
reference image that I
Bro.
sent you, that
Yeah.
exact kind of clothing.
It's cool.
alright,
So
Just letting you know now that brown is
Yeah.
a terrible color in pixel art, and it hardly ever comes out well.
Alright.
See?
I mean, if you want an example, just look at Brandon's sprite.
See?
Yeah, mine's ugly.
Yeah, this looks really good. What are you talking about?
And it's proud.
Um,
Well, it's more like a reddish brown, to be honest.
I'm proud.
I mean-
I'm ugly and I'm proud.
William, you need to understand that as the actual maker of the image, when I pixel art, I feel like I've just put down the worst thing in human history in front of
That's what-
somebody.
That's when I do anything.
That's me when I write anything.
I know it's the there's a specific word for this, but like it's like when you create something, you can't help but look at it as if it is like absolute garbage sometimes, and
You acknowledge like everything.
other people will come up and be like, "Hey, that looks amazing! I can't believe you just made something amazing," and I'm just like, why?
That-
Just why?
Yeah, no. Reactions with my old roommate used to dissolve into, "Oh yeah, what you wrote there looks good. It sucks. What? I'm deleting it. No."
Dude, I 100% get that though. It is sometimes like you just have to sit there and be like, "This is okay. This is good enough."
I have probably deleted at least 50 scripts in my lifetime.
Oh yeah,
now.
I have destroyed a lot of stuff that I never want to see the light of day, and it's probably better than most of anything I've ever done. But I don't feel like that. Actually, you
Yeah.
know what? There is one art project that I did do that I miss severely because it is one of my favorite pieces of thing I've ever done.
Which is?
Yeah, it's a spray paint stencil art that I did.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's like
Like
a kid in a beanie, like looking up at the sky.
Neat.
I mean, like
Hey.
even the art teacher, who doesn't take things very simple, seriously, like actually complimented me on that one, and like that's the nicest thing
Nice.
he's ever done to me.
That's pretty cool.
Like he was like, "Hey, Jace, you're not fucking stupid. You actually made something competent."
Good,
Oh,
George.
gee, thanks.
And I'm like,
Gee, thanks, Mister.
Gee.
yeah.
Gee.
I mean, fun
Jeepers.
fact too, that art teacher was my mother's dive coach.
I feel like I know exactly who you're talking about.
You should know exactly what I'm talking about. He loved your roommate. Or your roommate loved him. I don't know which way that relationship went. But he hung out with that guy.
Mr. Man.
Mr. Man.
Mr. Guy
Yeah,
person.
he was a dude who was not very young, and he looked younger than he looked.
Mr. Crowley.
Yeah, because again, he was my mother's high school dive coach.
Wow.
Hmm.
That is not relatable.
What? You're saying
That's
you don't have a
right.
teacher that also taught your parents, and like they still look like they haven't aged a day over 20?
No.
Nope.
I mean, granted, that
I
guy
did have
looked
one
like
of
he
my
was like
teachers-
30, but still.
I'd say it looked like late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
I did have a teacher that my parents had, but he was old. You could tell he was old.
And you
Yeah.
could tell. He Oldman. I'm John Oldman.
God. Talking about like teachers, I had a teacher that's just really old. I had a teacher in 4th grade. I don't remember her name, but I remember her nickname that she was called by everyone. Miss Broccoli. She looked like an old prune, but she was like a damn good teacher. Like I actually like she was a very strict teacher, don't get me wrong, but I'm actually glad I had her as a teacher because she literally the first time I ever cheated on a test, I cheated on my state's test. She caught me and like she made me do the test over again. And like after that, like I've never cheated on a test ever again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because like
Oh.
I throughout the entire thing, like I felt like stupidly nervous. And then like the moment like she pointed it out to me and was like, "Jace, get over here. Give me your cheat sheet. Give me your test. Here's a new test. Go stand in the back of the room and do it again." The thing that sucks with her though is I have a great memory when it comes to stuff like that, and I sometimes it is almost photographic. So I
Oh
don't think I
wow.
actually did bad on that because I just saw it and I was able to remember that throughout the entire thing.
The only test I ever cheated on was in summer school math, and I failed it because the guy I cheated off of got every question wrong.
I mean, did you ever cheat again after that?
No.
Well, you learned
Once
your
you
lesson.
learn your lesson, you're done.
The one time I tried cheating and it's like everything is wrong here.
So you trying to cheat?
Exactly.
Do you have any cheat stories?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Actually, no.
I
Such a
never.
rule follower. You just follow the rules.
No, I just had no idea how to cheat because I was a baby.
I have one. It was a really crappy attempt where I continuously, like, quote unquote, got some water, but I took an intentionally long route so I could look at this one person's paper.
Yeah.
You tried.
Mm-hmm.
So
You
hard,
shouldn't
and I
have,
got
but
so
you
far,
tried.
but in the end, it didn't even matter.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad for stuff like that. I don't I don't think I'll, like I said, I've never cheated on a test again. Granted, like I've never needed to cheat on a test ever again. Mostly because I don't know what happened, but when I moved back from San Francisco to the Central Valley, I for some reason became the big smart. Like I actually started understanding everything, and I was like, now I am the big brain. And then
Big brain.
yeah, it was actually I guess I shouldn't actually say the name of the school, but I in an elementary school that I went to, in Central Valley, somewhere in the San Joaquin Valley. Um, I think I've said this before, but I got kicked out of a class because the teacher didn't want to put up with me because I was the only one that was actually like ahead of everyone else. She literally gave me a seventh grade algebra book and was like, GTFO.
Here, go learn.
Good Lord.
Yeah, it wasn't
Prosper,
even
small
like
one.
she took me and like sat me outside of the classroom. No. She took me to like this special little like hideaway that's specifically made for like the teachers, like in between classrooms. She sat me in there, gave me a seventh grade textbook, and I literally did that for the entire time. And then it happened again in eighth grade. I got kicked out of a class again for like pretty much the same reason. Well, it was a little bit of a different reason. I wasn't doing my homework, but I was the only one in that class that had a 4.0, and the teacher was like, "W.T.F. Go talk to the vice principal." And I'm like, "What does it matter? I'm passing your class." I it was actually there too where like she like I just finished taking the finals at a separate time. Like I just did. It was both the finals and the midterm, or like the mid finals. Um, she pulled me aside both times and gave me a conversation about why I shouldn't talk about what grade I had.
Well,
Yeah, because she didn't want the slacker destroying everybody else's egos.
I heard a Badoop.
I did hear a Badoop.
I don't get why I'm in streamer mode.
It's an idiot streamer.
It's live streamer mode.
I mean, do you have Disable sounds checked.
It should be. Not sure why it wouldn't.
I mean, at any rate, we've kind of. Do you want to continue going forward? Do you feel like you still have fuel, or do you want to kind of grind things to a halt here?
I think I'm getting good now.
I need to go sleep.
That is the correct answer. We should have gone to sleep 2 hours ago.
No, there'd be no podcast.
No,
But then there would be no podcast.
Should have gone to
That-
sleep.
but then
that's
nobody would
hours
be
ago.
here to talk about Castlevania.
Yeah.
Nobody would be here talking about Castlevania. That is fair. Okay, well, I guess that's all from us on the Witching Hour Filler podcast. The podcast that hopefully was able to take up as much as your time between the hours of 12 to 2 a.m. In the morning. As I said before, I'm your host, Riseofevillink, and we'll catch you next time the Witching Hour approaches.
Have fun.
Bye,
Don't do-
friends.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Die.
Yeah, please don't.